Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Now last time out we were doing a drive along, not quite the right term there. We were doing a ride along, yes, along this new railway that we've built, going from Lichfield along Elizabeth Old Railway and then all along New Railway, all the way through here, past or through West Mersey, stopping at a station that is just behind this tunnel, along this sort of cut, this gorge, I suppose, in the road, this valley that we've created, all the way under those bridges, and then heading out towards Bentham through another tunnel, along a massive viaduct, and then going across the river and into Bentham. So we took a ride along that route, and we saw that there were some potential problems with the route that I want to improve, but that is not what we're going to be focusing on today. In this video, what we're going to be looking at is going to be how we're going to expand the route further from West Mersey over to, is it Downham Market, and in fact the first one is Berwick-Upon-Tweed. So in this video we're going to be focusing on Berwick-Upon-Tweed, that area, trying to figure out where we're going to get the route in, where we need to make additional, I suppose, additional junctions, additional points, additional branches to the line, and seeing what we can do with all of that. Plus we might look at neatening a couple of things up if we do get the time, but I doubt we're going to get the time to do that. So that is the plan for this episode, and indeed probably the next episode is going to be very similar, where we're just building up stuff. So make sure you stay tuned to see the main line that starts in Bracknell expand further south, and in this case go to perhaps what might become the capital city. Now West Mersey might be the capital city, but I would perhaps like Berwick-Upon-Tweed to end up being the capital city. If you've got any suggestions, please leave comments in the comments box as to what you think the capital city on this map should be. Anyway, without further ado, 2 trains have already gone past. Let's get started. Okay, getting ourselves up and running. So we've got a couple of places here that we need to consider. So we've got Alford here, Alford, however you want to pronounce it, and we have Berwick-Upon-Tweed here. A few other things that we really do need to take into consideration is also the amount of freight that is going to be running through this particular area. There is a lot that we could run here. So Berwick might end up with quite a hefty freight station as well. There is, obviously, we've got copper that can come in from this side, here and here towards Berwick. We have the coal all here, we have the quarries here, we've got some additional quarries there. In fact, before we continue, let's have a quick look at what industry requires what. So, oh well, this doesn't tell us. Well, that is annoying. Yeah, okay, that's annoying. We really need this to tell us what industry is going to take what. That would be very helpful. Perhaps if I did... Let's see... Freestyling. No, it doesn't tell us. Okay, so the ones I'm thinking that will require stone, of course, is going to be I think we're going to require stone for, where is it, construction materials, certainly require it for that. Coal will probably be for fuel and other stuff. Now, see this, I guess we can just click on this, and there we go. That tells us what we require. We require marble or stone or sand or slag, and that will create us our various bits of construction materials, which is quite important. So there, that's given us one idea. Now I think the stone we could perhaps get in West Mersey, somewhere around the area, and figure something out there, but we shall see. We shall certainly see. For now, one of the things that we want to look at in Berwick-Upon-Tweed before we continue is to upgrade the roads in the correct fashion. So Somebody did point out a few weeks ago that what we could do is we could go ahead and, or I could just wait until bus lanes and as such are available, but there are reasons for this, and that is I do not want too much space, the spacing to end up all incorrect. What I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to break this section of the farmland backing up to this here, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I would like Berwick to end up being essentially all of this. I'd like all of that to be Berwick, so we're looking at if I just go ahead and build a road, a straight road please. I would like Berwick to be, okay, that's not going to help. So we're looking at about 500 meters there, 300 meters, 100 meters, yep, so we're looking at a couple of kilometers, which for transport fever is pretty large. So we're going to have a few kilometers square. Now, in this one, obviously I have to look out for this. 40 meter rule is going to be applied as usual. That's essentially our new way of just matching things up. I would like to, this is an interesting one. What would I like to do here? I'd like to bring this along like that and then bring that down there. I think that just works a little better. And then I think having something along this line would be great, and oddly enough probably something along here will also work for us. Perfect, there we go. And then on this side, should we continue? Which one should we continue? Should we do a straight line across here? I think that would work. Yeah, let's do that, and then I'll work out the 40 meters here. In fact, let's make this sort of rather dead center. I'll then upgrade these roads. So all of these are small roads for now, and then I shall work out where the larger roads need to go momentarily. So these are going to end up being larger roads. I think from here all the way along here I shall make this a larger road. I'll have to get rid of this farmland in a bit. Similarly, I would like, let's see, I guess this crossroad should be a larger road. It does go out. Yeah, I suppose this could be a larger road. This is a bit interesting because we have a couple of large roads here, and then this join that goes out into... Wait, this doesn't go anywhere. What's the point of this road? Well, alright then. Let's forget that road then. And then I think... I suppose for now that road should be going out to nowhere, but it should be going off the map, so I am going to just do this. There we go. Okay, so now we have those roads. Now we can just continue building up these smaller roads once again. We have some main roads. Some of the main roads, for example, I would like this to be a main road. This looks good as a main road. I would certainly like this one to be a main road. This should be a main road. In fact, instead of having this as an incredibly large road, let's turn that into a main road. And then this looks like a good main road. And when I say main road, I just mean roads that's going to be a little bit larger. That's all. Similar for this one. And in fact, no. This one can go back down. Okay, let's continue with the roads that I'm creating. So let's bring this one around a little, like that. Let's connect this one up straight over like that, and then figure out, can I fit a... I may just be able to. Just put one straight road right the way down here and see how that affects things. There we go. And then because I can, maybe not like that, just to make things a little bit more awkward, I'm going to do that. There we go. That's another road there. That straight is fine. That's pretty lengthy for roads. There is this little bit here, but I don't want to really do much there. What I could do is I could just bring this straight across. I think that's suitable. I'll leave that, and then can I bring this across like this? I think I can do this. There we go. Okay, so that's that area done, and I'm doing all this before I put the station in, because once I actually put the station in, things will look better. That's the idea, because if the station goes in and then we build the roads around it, you will not sort of see what would be the original city. Where have all these people come from? Oh, they're all coming from these houses. That's the other thing I've got a problem with, is that if we go over to West Mersey, it's really quiet. It's really, really quiet, and I'm not all too happy with that. I do need to figure that out, and it's because these houses cannot produce vehicles, so I need to figure out a way to produce vehicles as opposed to just, you know, just pedestrians. Not too many vehicles, because otherwise things are going to go horribly wrong. Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do that? No. You know what? I'm going to do this. Let's do that, and then let's try and figure this one out. Not quite big enough, so we'll figure something else out in that area. You're a road. As a road, you can do that, and then I know autosave is happening, so that's going to slow things down. But you can see Berwick-Upon-Tweed is now starting to build up, and that is exactly what I wanted to do. I think I am going to have a very large freight station in this place, as well as a passenger station. We'll measure that up in a bit. Not quite like that. There we go. That looks suitable. Perfect. Okay. And then out here, where am I going to put the next set of roads? Here we go. Here's a place for roads. How far out do we go here? About there. So realistically, if I did this and then that would work for me. And then I could very well do this. Here's a little bit more space. So I'll do this and then this. What this does is it gives us the opportunity to have a few houses in this area without actually without having any oh, I can lock them this way, can I not? How do I lock them? How do I lock them? Tools. It just gives us the ability to have those houses without having it connected to the main road, which means people have to go around. Keeps the traffic off the main road. You have to turn into the side areas. There we go. It's all building up now. Right. Let's fast forward this a little. Now let's look at, I suppose, this section and this section. Let's work out how and where we're going to build things up. I do want to do a little bit more down here, but in fact, yes, hang on. This will do. Now, of course, this is a public right of way here, but nevertheless, still like to do something like that. And then again, I can just do a few random. Yeah, when we build these, you do a few random bits and just work from there. So for example, I'll do this, and then I'm going to do this, and this is going to go right the way down to here, where at this point I would like to have, there's that road there, so I'm not going to connect that up yet. So I'm just going to do that, and then this area, I'll figure something out. So for example, I will say, where's that 40 meters? It's about there, so I'm going to do this, like this, and then since this needs to probably be like that, I'll do that, and then connect up, oops, connect up like so, turning this into a main road, as would have been quite ideal. And then from here we just build things up. So hey, look, we'll go, there's about the 40 meter mark there, so where are you going to go? I want you to, I'll tell you what, I want you to go along here and join up to this. There we go. And then I'll have one break straight through here. In fact, no, I'll do this a little bit better. We'll break like that, and then we'll turn it through outside that. That stays where it is. Then we'll have about here. I would like to have another little cul-de-sac. There we go. There's a cul-de-sac there, and that's fine, that's fine. We could put a little, another road that's sort of looped around from here. There, we'll have a road that goes from here and it just loops around like this. And then that looks pretty good. I'll leave that as it is, and then we could always have a little farm just here. That would be quite nice. In fact, I'm actually going to put that farm in at this very moment in time. There we go. Instead of housing being built here, we're going to have a farm. There we go. There's a farm right in there, and then I can always just do this and break up this. And the reason I did that is so that we've got a way onto the public right of way, which is something we would want. So there's a little farm. I will now lock all of these roads up. So it does take some time to naturally build these. You've got to try and keep it as realistic as possible as well, and that often results in trouble. That doesn't often work out so well. I tell you what I'll do for this one. I'll do a different kind of setup. So we're going to have this isn't going to be a main road. It's going to be a side street. I will loop this out like this, but for this one I'm actually going to make like a crescent. So we're going to make an actual crescent here. So I'll go straight up like this, and then I will go from, let's just give it about 80 meters or so. A little bit more than 80 meters. There. So we'll do that. Like that and like that. And then there we go. And then there's going to be I think what I'll do is I'll have a, let's go straight across like this. and I will create a little area here. So we'll do that, and then so we've got one crescent there, and that's fairly realistic as well. So we've got that, and then this road can perhaps join up on this side, like so. And on that side it doesn't continue, and then it just continues. This goes out here, and then we can have another road off in this direction if we really wanted to. What I would like to do though is I would like to bring this up to, and it's on a bend, so it's going to be a little bit awkward, but I'd like to do that to that. Bring this up again to 40 meters or so. Bring it like so. And then, would I want to do that? No, probably not. I'll figure something else out for that area. So Berwick's really building up quite nicely now. There we go. Let's fill in this section. So for this, we've got the main road across here. I think having a side road would be absolutely fine. And with this side road, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to link it like that. And we've got some large buildings here, you see. So at 40 meters, we really could do with... In fact, no, we really could do with a little bit of this. Yep, I think this is good. And I also would like to just randomly do that. There we go. That looks good. Could we just loop this around, or should we do something else here? I think we should do something else. I think we should do... now that isn't going to work. And maybe looping it around is the best idea. So I'd have to do something along these lines, with perhaps a little connection up there to go straight across. That's looking okay. That's not looking too bad at all at this point in time. No going across on this one. What I can do is I can bring this up to here. Bring this across. Oops. Bring this across like so. Loop that in. And have a couple of little roads going out over here. There we go. So we have a few more houses that can be built in this area, and that looks like the centre part of Berwick-Upon-Tweed has been completed fairly nicely at this point in time anyway. So now what we need to look at is the impact of a railway station through this town. So you can see that the centre of the town is here. We've got a crossroad. We need to look at where a ring road could end up being. I'm trying to see. I do have potential for ring roads over here. Not a lot of potential, but I see some ring road potential. And my thinking is, in fact, I've just realised that with ring roads, the middle roads are actually quite narrow. You build larger ring roads, not huge roads going through the centre of town. My entire ringways plan has just fallen apart for all the ring roads. Okay. Station. Where would a station go now? I have a feeling this area would be quite good for a station, because if we have a look at a railway station, let's go for, I don't know, a generic UK passenger station. Sure. Let's do this, and let's go for a large building, and we'll go for, it'll probably have 6 tracks, and it's going to be let's say 240 meters long. Even let's go for a full 320. Let's have a look. This is where it needs to be. This needs to be the location of the station. Yep, this is the station location. So what we need to do now is we need to bring this down. So I'm actually going to bring it down to a 160 meter station. This is going to be a large station with 4 platforms and fairly large, and it's going to be blue. And now the roads that I've just built are going to be, some of them are going to be demolished. And that's fine, because that was the point of what I just did. So this road here needs to be demolished, but that very well is the point of what needs to be done. Where is it supposed to be going from here? Down a market. That could be problematic, couldn't it? No, this looks acceptable. Right, so we'll get rid of this road. We're going to completely demolish this section, and we're going to try and fit the station in right about, and I'll push it along so that when we do have a 320 meter station, we have the ability. So we want it about here. Okay, so that's where we roughly want it. So if I go back down to a 160 station, we want it about here. Right, okay. Let's take it. And that is our brand new station in Berwick-Upon-Tweed. Fantastic. Now with that, obviously, we need some bus stops. And I really do like this bus station, this bus stop here. But it is going to be difficult for me to figure out where to place it. Could it go along here, for example? That's a possibility. Let's have a look at what else there is available to us. I like this one too. These are quite nice. It's just the options that we have and what we need to do. Now this could be an interesting one. Modular tram station. Vehicle. Bus. Platform length 18 meters. This could work for us. If I put that sideways, and then we can, this is going to be the bus station. This makes sense. This makes sense to me. Right, 18 meters bus station. At the moment they're going to be 4. We'll probably end up with something like 6, but let's do 4. Horse or steam tram? No, it's going to be buses, shelter, large. Can we have no street connection? We can, but there we go. And let's fit this on right now. There's our bus stations. I thought I said there were going to be shelters on this. Yeah, I'll figure that one out in a moment. Yeah, you're really causing trouble, you are. Right. Let's see if I can do this without destroying everything. That's the kind of road I want. But this one's got to be, yes, quiet. This one's got to be two-way. That, can I make a narrow one than that? Apparently not. Okay. There. And then, if we can go back to the one-way ones, which is this one. Can we not get narrower streets than this? Apparently not. Oh, rubbish. Okay. I was hoping we had narrower streets. Where is it? There we go. Right, so you cannot do that, but what you can do is this. That is going to be quite important. See? I think that will be really, really important. Right. Now, this blasted tree. Assets, erase. Doesn't want to go. It will eventually disappear. So this is all a bus station of some sorts now. Great. We've got our routes. This, I think, the ring road is going to be an annoyance. It really is going to be an annoying ring road. We may even end up redesigning this entire area, but what can you do? That's sort of what the name of the game is. It is Transports Fever. So I'm going to have to figure something out. Right, for now though, what we can see is that the railway will be able to... Let's go ahead and do not track constructions, track. Let's put a 50 mile per hour railway out of this. We do this. We'll keep these railways like so. We go across the track. This is going to be really weird if we take it between that road, but we're not going to. Why did that not want to do it? Hello? Okay, well that is strange. I've never seen that happen before. Right. Okay. Could it be because of that? So, since the last Transports Fever update, I've noticed that there are some strange bugs in this game. And this looks to be another one of them. So, if I do this, let's build the railway first, and then let's put the road back in. Where's the road? This one? I'd be happy with that. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll take this road out, and we will continue with the railway. And this is where it's going to get interesting how we do this, but 4 tracks are going to run out from here for now. What I will do though is I will at this point connect up these 4 tracks like that, so they are joining up, and that is, I mean, it's one very large, you can see it's one very large setup. That isn't going to work. That really isn't going to work, but yeah, just no. We'll figure something out there. Okay. And at least what this has given us is, well, first of all, it's given us our 4 tracks. That I am going to run out all the way out here. There we go, to the edge of where the city currently is. So you can imagine all sorts of housing and stuff here, and these tracks just running behind the housing. What we would do, and this is where things get interesting, for example, is we would end up... Oh dear, where'd I go? No. We would end up, as an example, destroying this junction. All of this and all of this, and you would end up with a street, a small street here that stopped abruptly there, and you'd have a street here that stopped abruptly there, and that would be how it ends up. That's how the roads would end up, and that is what I'm trying to replicate. So this is why I created the roads first. So even this one, what we'd do is we'd probably connect this up to this road. Remember I said we were not going to do the connection. Well, we are now, because on this side this road no longer exists. Up to here is the road, and then if we really wanted to, we could just run a road along here and a road along here, and that's it. That is what we're going to be running, and there'll be houses there and there'll be houses here, but there'll be nothing in between. This main road we'll probably leave. We'll leave that one too. This one, the same thing's going to happen. So you'd have to get across here and across here to get onto this road. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to figure out how the road can turn, or how the lanes can. Yeah, this will have to do. We're going towards down the market. We're going to have to go through the forest, but I think that should. Yes, it does allow that. And then similarly, exact same thing that happened before. We get rid of all of this. And yes, I do take that down, but put the road back in. Up to there. And this road will go up to here, and that's it. It just stops. The road just stops. Same thing here. Road can come up to there, and that's the end of it. That's the end of the road. And that's what I've seen looking around across the UK at railways. That this is what they tend to do. This is how we end up with different types of. This is the pattern for what's happened. So at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait. At this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the tools and ensure that these are all changed correctly. I do not want anything just making itself here. There and there. And now I'm going to go up to, for example, West Mersey, and I'm going to have a look to see if there are any roads that could cause this change. So we've got this one here, which is fine. That's not a problem. But this one here, for example, this tiny road here, nothing goes along this road. We could just break this right in the middle there, and go ahead and do pause. Go ahead and do this. Where was it? It was about here, right? It would have been about here, like that, and like that, and just stop. The road just stops like that because the train line's going through, and that's how it works, as far as I can tell, anyway. I may be wrong, and if I am wrong, somebody please let me know. But as far as I could tell, this is what it's supposed to do. So let's have a look in Bentham. Bentham doesn't have anything. Ely, we might have a few of these. There is this one, but that one stays. This one is going to go, although for now that has a road going over it, so we'll have to. That one will have to go at some point. And then we can go over to Maxfield. We've got 3 here. This middle one doesn't have anything, so this middle one just goes. we go. That's it. Just gone. Gone, stop, end. And we do not even need to do this or this to it. That's just the end of that road. Job done. And then going over to Cornforth, this road here is going to disappear. If there's no, oh, there's a, why is that the case? Oh, because it's the only road that goes across at the moment, so that road will eventually disappear. And then we do not have anything in Bracknell. Let's take a look at Attleborough. I think I was careful on this one. Yep, that's fine. Different design once again to how I've done things. Barnstable's all elevated, and West Brom has a few roads going across it, but you can see I've already cut some of these roads. So these roads have already been cut to where they need to be. Okay, so that is looking pretty good now. Berwick's starting to take shape. It's starting to look as complicated and convoluted as West Mersey, which is nice. And we've got the railway going in, which is also really nice. Let's just continue this railway out along here. And the reason again I'm doing that is, oops, I want to ensure that we've got this part of the railway planned up at the very least. So we can say that Berwick was initially this. Before the railway was built, this is what Berwick was. Now everything that gets built will end up being built purposefully along the railway line and taking the railway line into account. We'll now do the 4-track out, and we are looking good. And I think at that point I'm going to end this video. So we've managed to do something here. We've certainly managed to do something, and in the next video I guess I could actually start looking at bringing the railway line into Berwick-Upon-Tweed and expanding in that fashion. Let me just take a nice screenshot of what I have built here. Is that going to look... That doesn't look too bad. You're really starting to see the designs of the cities that I'm trying to do, or the town designs. Thank you, autosave, for getting in the way. I was kind of hoping I'd finish the video just before the autosave. Unfortunately not. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your supports would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I'll see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series, where... not really sure. I guess I should connect this route up from Berwick-Upon-Tweed over to West Mersey, but I might get distracted by something else, and that happens often, unfortunately. Just make sure you stay tuned. You never know what will be coming up next.